Hello viewers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Of course, the moment I start recording, a bunch of loud trucks in the road outside. My apologies. Anyway, we're getting a sun ring. I'm excited about this. I decided to bring this party. I tanked out my Hellion speeds that she'll be able to one-shot things in a hilarious way, and then, you know, we got the murder crew. I'm a little nervous about this. Maybe I should give this Plague Doctor Battlefield Medicine. I'm always a little concerned when the only person in the party who has a healing spell is an occultist, because you can't necessarily trust an occultist to get the job done. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna replace the front plague grenade with it. And she can just stab people who are close to her. Oh, we can. That's right. I'm just gonna do this while we're in here. I don't think it'll be necessary. But anyway, Sun Ring, probably, in my opinion, the best trinket in the game. Although, well, one of the top 2 trinkets in the game, because also the Ancestors map is real good. Yeah, I think this is gonna be. Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's get in there and slay some pig monsters. By the way. Week 25 of 91. At the end of this, I think we'll have boosted another person to max, or to 4, to boss fighting level, to yellow boss fighting level. So we're on our way. I know that it's possible to do this within a year, within 52 weeks, because I saw somebody post about it on the subreddit. I didn't actually look at their videos. What are the Warrens? What do we need? I didn't actually look at any of their videos, but... yeah. But my napkin math also indicates that you can get there pretty fast. You can get there fast enough that if all of our characters were to die over the next couple of weeks, and we had to start completely fresh, we'd still be able to get there. The game's very generous with the time.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Although, of course, obviously, we also have the death restriction. For those of you who don't know, if you're just coming to watch, this is the first time you've watched somebody playing the hard mode.
Task well performed.
The game calls it New Game Plus, but that's ridiculous. It has none of the features of a New Game Plus. It's just hard mode. There are 2 different lose conditions on hard mode. You can lose the game by taking too long. If you take more than 91 weeks to complete the game, you lose. The horrible thing that you are supposed to avert happens. Wow, that crit really landed. But also you lose if 13 or more heroes die. So we're under the gun a little bit. It's not like normal Darkest Dungeon where you actually can't lose and there's kind of no pressure. It's a pretty low impact game, honestly, for all the shouting people do about it. Alright, well, I considered throwing a Blight back here, but I figured that the Hellion's gonna kill this thing in one hit, because she has massive bonus damage. Wow. So yeah, he has Dismas's head, is the reason that he's doing so much damage with his hits, but that stun doing 7 damage is actually really nice. I know that the pig just did a ton of stress damage. He did like an actual good stress attack, but the odds are against him being able to pull that off again. So I'm still not too worried. These guys are only slightly more dangerous than Bone Rabble.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
We'll get to drop a Hellion heal here. An occultist heal on the Hellion, I should say. So yeah, we do have to be somewhat careful, but honestly,
As the enemy crumbles.
honestly, if you just keep moving forward, you're going to come in way, way under the time limit. Even if you only run shorts, you're going to come way, way under the time limit. So really, we don't have to start playing any like faster and looser. We still want to be careful. We still want to avoid death at pretty much all costs. Ooh, good crit. Does that change how I want to play this? This only does 5 points. Now, I'm still going to have the Hellion use Iron Swan, which means that throwing a plague grenade back there would just be wasted. Well, I guess not wasted. It would affect this thing too, but...
Decimated.
There you go. That's how she gets down. Oof. It's not so bad if he gets crit. As long as when you get crit, when a party member gets crit, there is a chance the party member takes extra stress, and then there's a chance for each other person in the party to take stress. I don't think it's guaranteed that everybody in the party takes stress. But like getting crit is the worst thing that can happen to you, pretty much. Not because of the bonus damage, because again, the combat in the game, even on hard mode, has turned out to be fairly easy, fairly non-lethal. But it's bad because stress is a real bummer.
A faint hope blossoms.
Let's go ahead. Is this guy dead? This guy is dead. This guy's dead. Wow, these guys are... Their observed crit rate is extremely high right now. Stop doing that. Calm. Okay. Oh, you know what? I bought...
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
I bought new skills for the Plague Doctor and then did not equip them. Or I bought a new skill.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay, I will remind myself of that. So the question is, would I rather have... No, let's drop the holy water. You guys, drink holy water. Yeah, combat in the game is still not hugely lethal. Basically, combat in Darkest Dungeon is mostly about attrition, but you have sometimes random spikes of grave danger when a couple of crits happen in a row, or like in that fight, some monster gets to crit 2 out of every 3 attacks. And so now our frontliners are in a little bit of danger, and we'll be having to devote some resources to that. But the game gives you those resources. Like, it's not... You're certainly not in a situation where you can't deal with damage. And you have stuns, which are very powerful, and I forgot to do the thing. Forgot to equip Battlefield Medicine. Part of the problem is that I'm like, I'm actively thinking the whole time I'm recording, like, oh, okay, what am I going to talk about now? What am I going to talk about now? What can I say that is... Is it 125 stun resist? Yeah. What can I say that will be insightful? How can I fill air? Right? It's like, man, the crits. Non-stop critting. Okay, that's got him dealt with.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
But it's it's the old broadcasting thing. There's not supposed to be any dead air. And so... You didn't one-shot him? How embarrassing. So I'm trying to fill, and that means that my active thought process is focused on the filling and not so much on the doing things that are smart in the game. There's a pretty good chance of that stun still landing. Hey, look at that. No crit. But yeah, and see, in that case, it's a pretty weak ability. So after this fight, for sure... Let's buy ourselves a little bit of safe time to heal up. After this fight, for sure, battlefield medicine. But yeah, see, this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, the game gives you lots of ways
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
to manage the amount of danger that you're in. It's not... You have levers to pull and knobs you can turn. You don't have to just roll the dice and see what terrible thing occurs. Look at that, he even dodged. Come on, give me those healer turns. Alright, nice. Okay.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So, 100% of room battles is my least favorite mission, probably. I don't really like the bring back 3 items missions, but we're not going to interact with that just yet. I want to have a better idea of whether or not there's a secret room available to us. Or, you know, maybe we'll just get a key from something that happens in this hallway. Oh, hey, it's the swatting tour. Okay, we want to isolate him quickly. He's dangerous, but he's not actually good at killing people. If he's by himself, because he only gets 1 attack per round. Okay, so that's you know, pretty bad.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
But to even get to that point, basically we had to get crit how many times? I may go back and insert a counter. Oh, you'll be fine. How can you, but you did every right thing there. Fearful is one of the ones that really sucks. Because they just lay a ton of stress onto your party. So without his ability to shank people, the occultist really has pretty limited offensive options. We don't have any way of benefiting from a mark, so vulnerability hex isn't the best thing. I think we're going to debuff this guy's damage. No, we're not, because debuff resistances in this game are a little on the high side in general.
It is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Debuff chances are a little too low. Oh, hey, a crit. Oh, you're fine. Stop freaking everybody out. What's your blight resist? Trying to figure out what's the efficient play. How do I do this? Let's just finish this thing. Man. What actually, what are the odds on her bleed skill, I wonder? Because he only has 40% bleed resist. Wow, so yeah, it's quite unlikely that he will resist the bleed. You sadly do not get a turn this round, so you may need a little touch-up. Just hit him then. Just wail on him. Yeah, so big enemies. I think that there's a there's a strong, I don't want to say tendency, but it's definitely fairly likely that you'll see the big enemy and you'll go like, oh my god, it's so dangerous, look at how much damage it does, it crits people for 40 and whatever. They're not, remember the way that the Darkest Dungeon systems work. The Swine Tour's not going to kill you. It may drop you to death's door, but the odds of it killing you are pretty low because you have to, it has to go late enough in the turn that there's no healers in the turn order after it. And it has to hit somebody really hard to drop them to death's door. And then it has to go early enough the next turn to hit that person again before anybody in your party who has a healing skill takes their turn. So you're probably not going to get killed by a big dude. He's just going to wear you down. But if you eliminate his allies in the fight, then all you really have to do is make sure you take care of yourself afterward. You know, camp or get some food or something. It's a little bit different. The big exception to this is the fungal giants in the Weald. The ones who hit you with a tree. Those guys can legitimately kill you because they have a blight in addition to their big tree swinging attack.
Does not dissuade the sharpened.
Wow, look at all those portraits. So they can blight you up and then hit you super hard. Well, this is interesting. We are in pretty bad need of portraits. This is one stack of portraits. I guess we'll just toss the bandages now. There's quite a few curios that you can interact with in here. The little knife boards.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not
Okay.
the rule.
Okay, everybody, stop panicking. Yeah, sure, touch it. All right, let's. So we're gonna walk back down, and we're going to camp before making any further progress. We'll camp like right here. As much as I don't like camping with that much dungeon left, I really don't want the occultist to freak out. Will we open that chest on the way past? No, probably not. I'll continue to hold on to my key for now, hoping for a secret room. If we don't find a secret room, depending on the state of people, when we get a dungeon completion, I may come back. It's possible. I wouldn't call it super likely, but you know, you do want to wring every bit of treasure out of a dungeon if you can. And also, 3 hunger events already. It's a little crazy. We really haven't covered too much distance.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Okay, so number 1, prevent nighttime ambush. Gasp. Maybe you should wait until after he says the crazy thing to gasp. So let's see here. We do need to lower people's stress, and we don't have a lot of options for that, unfortunately. So we have 2 encourages and a pep talk, basically. Well, let's use the Hellions Encourage on this guy. Yeah, well. She knows how the occultist likes his women. The qualities that Fitzroy is looking for in a woman. Basically, the ability to kick his ass with one hand. I get that. Alright, so now we have 5 time units left that kind of can't be used on anything valuable, because we don't really need, like, we're going to get some buffs out of it, but it's not awesome. Let's pep talk the occultist. For real, I do not want the occultist to freak out. And then somebody needs to take a buff. +4 speed. He's already on 8 speed. I don't know that 12 is going to actually be a difference. He's going to go first a lot of the time. Self-medicate isn't bad, +10 accuracy. I'm a little nervous about using self-buffs on people who have afflictions. You want to get the maximum value out of them. So we'll do that one, both because 10 accuracy is good and because our party really does have a lot of stress. You know, you'd think a Hellion would like we're being hunted, but my heart pumps strong.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
They seem to love doing battle, so. All right. So we've been dumped on very, very hard by the random number generators so far. Tons and tons of crits. Even like the moment our Hellion became fearful, she immediately triggered the +8 stress on everybody like 3 times over the next 2 rounds. We are getting dunked on super hard here, and we're still making it, and everything's still gonna be fine. This is the point I'm making, is that we are resilient and everything's gonna be fine. Please, nobody contract the worries. So this thing has 70% stun resist. We definitely have we have a real chance of landing a stun here. All right. I'm a little torn about strategy here. He doesn't appreciate the way she's talking to him. I like that he's letting her know, at least. Don't keep that shit bottled up. If somebody's being a weird dick to you for no reason, you just tell him, man. Tell him that that's not cool. Basically, I don't want people getting stunned and making the fight take any longer, but obviously diverting resources to attacking the other monsters does make the part of the fight where the ghoul is alive take longer. So, a little torn as to strategy. Nah, that's right. Let's just finish this thing off. I considered going for a Yop just because I love it whenever I can stun 2 things at the same time. Let's see if we can't strip his dodge. Okay. This is not gonna land, but I'm gonna do damage to him. Should I transform? Nah. Actually, the stun landing there is really good. There is a chance.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
I was gonna say there's a chance that we can kill this guy before he even gets to act again.
Push on to the task's end.
It turns out to be a pretty good chance. No scouting. And part of the reason I'm keeping the torchlight so high is so that we will get our scouts off. Oof, another ghoul right away. Alright, in this case, I think we're probably just going to leave the stupid pig drummer alive because he is not significant danger. There's no chance of him stunning or anything. He doesn't have any attacks that do anything meaningful. So we're just going to focus in real hard on killing this guy. We are definitely going to have more freakouts. We are definitely going to have to de-stress everybody at the end of this adventure. So that's unfortunate. It really hurts our profits. It's going to be over 1,000 gold for each person that we have to de-stress because they're up in the yellow tier of levels now. If this stun lands, okay, yeah, I think we got this guy before he gets to act. Then straws drip with death. All right, Noofmarsh, you got to take it easy. You're freaking out. The Hellion's very sensitive. He's a very sensitive fella, and of course he doesn't get cheered up at all by the big crits. What a jerk. I think we have to do this right now. His stress cannot be above 90. Ah, I see what you're doing. You're trying to make me regret leaving you alive. You're trying to show off a little bit.
Size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Okay, well, you know what we are not doing? We are not lacking treasure. We're doing pretty okay on the loot, so... If we had a little bit more scouting information, I'd feel more comfortable discarding these shovels. I do want the portraits. And I also want this blading satchel, because green trinkets sell for quite a bit. Alright, let's eat the rest of this food stack. We'll take that. That's the most valuable thing here. I do want the torches still. This is kind of a tough one. I'm going to discard the citrine for the stack of gold, and I guess maybe just leave these portraits. Now, I'd rather have portraits than crests. I'd rather have 3 portraits than 12 crests at this point. We are not squeezed on crests. Also, I have no idea how much more dungeon we're going to have to do. Let's just take them out of the first turn. And then the Hellion can probably kill this gladiator if we soften him up a little bit first. Or she can do that. You know, that's a real possibility. Oh, Newfmarsh, you've been basically nothing but a liability this whole dungeon. And a crit, of course. I may, depending on how much I feel like doing any editing at all, go back and add a crit counter, because I'm actually pretty curious. Deliver you into battle, you mean? Come on.
Reeling, gasping, taken over the edge into madness.
I've never seen that one before. Alright. Apparently we can't trust Newfmarsh to get stuff done. So this guy's not actually... We're gonna have to hit him again. But I think Fitzland can probably deal with it. Provided... Oh, man. Alright, I'm gonna take the risk. Provided he actually takes his turn when it's his time. Oh, we'll just have the... We'll just have the Plague Doctor do it. Because you know what she is? Reliable. Get him. Oh, 15. That's terrifying Eldritch Old Language for He Who Smelted dealt it, I think. She moved so that she doesn't have access to Iron Swan. I was gonna finish this guy off real quick. What? To be perfectly honest, a rainbow blesses your weapon sounds like a good thing. I'll let the occultists deal with this guy.
Devastating blow.
Look, you're contributing. Good work, Fitzroy. Alright, I kinda hope that this is the last, no, not kind of, I totally, for reals, hope that this is the last room battle. My party is filled with idiots.
The ground quakes.
Okay, we just need to do a little bit of damage. There we go.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
That's certainly true. They can be beaten. Let's see what we get out of a scout. Oh, there's another room battle right there. Because of course there is. I'm still pretty reticent to discard any of this stuff. You know what? Gold over crests at this moment. That makes sense to me. Hey, look, guys. Look what I'm remembering to do. It was this replaced with that. Okay. Got there eventually. So yeah, sort of the point that I was making though when I said, you know, we're getting... Sure, whatever. Part of the point that I was making though when I said that we are getting totally dunked on by the random number generator, which we very much are. We're having some of the worst luck I've ever seen in a dungeon. Is that bad luck from the random number generator is not enough to make you lose. Let's just make that guy take a break, because I really want to do this with our occultist turn, which means this thing is totally going to get its action. Yeah. But then, Noofmarsh is going to be useful. Stick the bleed? Okay, good work. Hey look, a crit. Yeah, bad numbers coming out of the random number generator is not enough to make you lose in a green or yellow dungeon. We've been getting torn apart here. Everything is going wrong all the time. And we're still basically fine. Also, we cannot... Weakening Curse just will not stick to people. Please. Please take some damage. Yes, see, everything's fine. Stress down. He should definitely have stressed down there. Stressed down? Stressed down? I don't know. The point is, he definitely should, he should have lost some stress. He thinks he's absolved. It doesn't matter whether he's actually absolved of anything, as long as he believes that he is.
Even the aged oak will fall to the tempest's winds.
I don't know that that is an appropriate thing to say here. I almost wonder if Wayne said the wrong line there. Alright, is this over? Okay. Just take this time to cast some healing spells then.
Their cursed champion falls.
Boy, I hope this is the last room battle.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
We've had to do so much fighting in this dungeon. It's really been, I don't know why that's freaking everybody out. This guy actually managed to finish his novel. If anything, we should be impressed. I've been working on my novel for 30 years. Of course he dodged. Frustrating. You love it. You love fighting strong enemies. A lot of this madness banter doesn't really apply to the Hellions character, I feel like. Okay, you warded against him, and so he didn't hit you. That's good. Your ward worked. Alright, here we go. Last one. Oh, nice.
A moment of valor shines brightest against the backdrop of despair.
Yeah, I would say a backdrop of despair is a good way of describing events so far. At least that one made sense. She's upset. The spirits appear to have abandoned us because all this failure in combat is occurring. Alright, so our Hellion is going to have a heart attack. There's pretty much no two ways about that at this point.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Especially since it turns out that every enemy in every dungeon is a stress caster. Should we run? Yep, so she has a heart attack and then she has a bleed on her.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Okay, he healed her for a number that wasn't 0. Yeah. Alright, well that's 2 people's turns that have been devoted to not dealing any damage. And now a 3rd one? Okay, no. Oh my god. Thank god somebody finally hit him. Okay, sure. Hit the Plague Doctor all you want. I don't care about that. Oh, that was just a nick. You big baby.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Fitzland's over there playing Samurai Showdown instead of paying attention to the fight. I think we're probably going to leave the dungeon after this battle. Even if it's not the last battle, I don't think that we can... Our guys are going out of their way to be terrible at their jobs now. The game is letting us know that it will not brook any further progress. You'll be fine. So, if we're lucky, this is the last battle anyway. We have not been particularly lucky so far.
Ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
You know, I wouldn't say that this adventure has gone perfectly. But again, I want to underline just how much bad luck we've had. Because it really is, it's a huge, huge amount. Things have gone horribly, cartoonishly horribly. And still, we survived quite a large number of fights. See, this is pretty bad. His speed is high enough that he might die. He might get his turn really early in the next turn cycle. Okay, please do not heal for 0. Alright, 1 is fine. You're being kind of a dick about it, but 1 is fine. Actually, you know what, let's just get the bleed off of him. Let's try to make it so that he can focus on his job, which is this. I was hoping that he was gonna, like crit and one-shot the guy there. Okay.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Well, we're leaving, so let's do this. Mission complete? No, of course not. I'm gonna walk around to that curio. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm not gonna travel through. I was thinking if a battle appeared in the hallways, we would just bail, but we don't know what's in this hallway, and I'm not gonna walk through an unscattered hallway with this party in this condition. We're just gonna retreat. Are we? Stop. You should not be able to have... what happened there, in case you're not familiar with the game, is that when you try to use a skill on party members who have certain types of afflictions, irrational among them, paranoid as well, I think there may be 1 or 2 others, there's a chance that it will fail. They'll say, no, stay away from me. And what that's meant to do is waste your turn in combat, basically. but it can still happen when you're just walking around in the halls. And that's annoying, because it doesn't actually fail the move in the halls, right? You can just tell the person to move again, and it will work. So I think it shouldn't be able to fail in the first place, because it has no effect, and it's just a waste of time. You're going to click again, and it's going to work. They're just making you click again for no reason. I said we were going to bail. But I kind of want to push on. Maybe this is unwise. Yeah, see, like that. He refused to eat a piece of food, and then I right-clicked again, and he ate the piece of food. So it's not like anything actually changed by his refusal. It just made me click again. Why? Alright, good dodge. Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, I know. Alright, you don't have to completely stop my movement through the hallway just to listen to them gibber. Alright. Okay, so yeah, we're bailing. All of a sudden, there's 100 passage blockages all over the place.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Unless this curio here contains a shovel. It doesn't look like it. Hey look, 500 gold. No. Discard. I have no interest in your opinion on the discarding of the torch, Fitzline. Yeah, we're just bailing. It's for the best. I probably shouldn't have gotten into another fight anyway. We might well have lost people.
But not the end of things.
The game is just really determined that we will not have a sun ring. Seriously, things, I don't know, things almost could not have gone worse even if we'd had, like, even if the game was actually intelligent and malicious, things almost could not have gone worse there.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Alright, well, let's de-stress our party. Very expensive. And Fitz, do you care? No. He'll do anything. Alright, well, let's take him down to the bar. Let him get drunk. Okay, so 4 times 1275 is not. We profited slightly, but we got no XP, no forward progress, and we didn't get the sun ring that we were really hoping for. Let's see. So sometimes you fail. You do what you can. You got to cut your losses at some point, though, and that's what happened there. Oh, that's promising. All right. Come back next time on Darkest Dungeon when we probably... Oh, this is a gather 3 things mission, though. What a bummer. Come back next time on Darkest Dungeon when we probably do a much better job than we just did. I probably do a much better job. I keep blaming you guys. You're complicit somehow. It's going to be better. We're going to succeed. And eventually, you know, maybe win the game. Maybe. We'll see you then.